Conclusion. We have considered the impact and meaning of each work as we have encountered them. There are no ideas independent of the works, the authors, their context, their reception. We've seen there was a gradual transition from a plea by men and women to consider the plight or position of women in society and accounts of history and war, to growing melodramatic expression of human emotional character, which then turned in line with industrial and technological development towards a desire for escape and emancipation. The following is entirely my opinion, but I think from all of the above, if I were to have to select three works which were the most exemplary for the 19th century novel in English, then these are what I think they should be. First, Jane Eyre, for being the most exemplary and redemptive of all novels, to best advance the cause of the novel as a power for effective change and moral good, for the finding of purpose and place to be a guide for the human soul of how to be in the world. Just as Jane must grow from infant to world, so we, the reader, must grow from the mortal to the immortal which is within all things, to draw upon the metaphysical deism of the Romantics. That if Jane Eyre is the youthful and pure sunrise, then second, Wuthering Heights is the darker, more adult, more desperate, thwarted passion, loss, and legacy of sunset. Cathy's ghost always calling on the window to be witnessed by others, but not Heathcliff, like the twist of fate of Tantalus. Heathcliff as catalyst and cuckoo, and Cathy in her marriage to Linton, like our human aspirations, thwarted by our own notions of conformity and comfort. Before I give my final recommendation, I would like to give honourable mention to Anne Bronte's The Tenant of Wildfell Hall for being the first portrayal of domestic reality, and Charles Dickens's Bleak House for getting the closest to a sort of British Dostoevsky for its forage into the despair of nihilism, and the truly bleak nature of the amoral turns of fate and impossibility of redemption within a short and thwarted life. And Austen's final novel, Persuasion, and in particular its final pages, where literature can redeem that thwarted life. That said, for my third recommendation, I will reserve the third and final place to the work we have just considered, where we can all be either the Doctor or the creature, the creator or the destroyer, and give the third place to Dr. Frankenstein. Now we're at the end, and with all of that said, I feel like I'm handing in an essay 31 years late. I'm considering preparing a lecture on early 20th century fiction in due course, so thank you for your time in listening and watching this lecture. I hope you found it interesting, enlivening, and most of all, that it has encouraged your reading.